Hi, this is Dundee from Booredatwork.com, and welcome to our full review of the Motorola ATRIX 2. ATRIX 2 is an Android smartphone on the AT&T network and retails for about $99. So let's take a look at the device first before we jump into the review. It's got a 4.3-inch QHD display with a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. You do have your touch-sensitive buttons below. The rear of the device, you do have an 8 megapixel camera that records at 1080p with an LED flash, and the back cover actually comes up fully for the device, revealing a 2 GB microSD card, and of course the SIM card is located below the battery. The battery is a 1700 milliamp battery that allows for roughly about, let's say, 8 to 10 hours of full battery use, which is standard with most Android devices. It does come with a mini-HDMI port, although the cables are not provided, and a micro mini USB port for data transfer and charging. So the ATRIX 2 is the successor to the original ATRIX that came out the first quarter of this year. It's got the latest version of Moto Blur, or Blur as Motorola calls it, running on Android 2.3.5. We can take a look at the Android version here, which allows you, in this case, to actually video chat on Google Talk. You can see if you jump into that, you see the video chat icon over there. Now, this version of Blur actually is pretty smooth and fast. Also attributed to the dual-core processor running on the ATRIX 2, which is similar to what you find on the Droid Bionic. The system is very smooth, no hiccups, no lag. Also, it's got 1 GB of memory, so that's pretty cool. This is a 4G device. You can see the 4G icon on the very top right-hand corner there. So AT&T claims you do get HSPA plus speeds of 21 megabits per second or more. We can take a look at that and see what we get. Let's do a quick speed test here. Find the location. Alright, let's begin the test. Now, in my use, I've gotten, I think, about 2 megabits to 3 megabits maximum from AT&T's network here in the Boston area. So let's see what we get today. It looks like it's going to barely crack 1 megabit per second, which isn't really 4G. So 1.8 megabits per second. Let's kill that off quickly. You can see 1.5, 1.4. We'll do one more test after this is done to see what else we get. So upload speeds are 895 kilobytes, which is pretty low. Now, of course, this test is not a clear representation of AT&T's network, depending on area, but where I am, it's about 2 megabits or so maximum. It's about 2.5, so it's giving you an indication on how well the network works with this device. And of course, upload speed is about 1.1 megabit per second. So you do have an indication of how AT&T network is. Now with the ATRIX 2, you do have a lot of pre-installed software and a couple of things that are very synonymous with Motorola. You do have a DLNA application that lets you connect to your home server and also connect to your network to stream movies, videos, and different files. You also have a task manager built in, which is very nice. And you can also go through, kill out tasks, and also install programs directly from here. There's also a file manager, as well as a lot of AT&T preloaded software like Code Scan, Family apps, as well as AT&T Live TV and Music Store. So there's a whole plethora of things you can jump in and out and use here that AT&T packs into the ATRIX 2. Now let's take a look at the camera app. I'm sure you guys have seen the 1080p recording of the camera. Now the camera app is similar to what you find in the Droid Bionic. Very simple to use. The settings are very basic. You can switch between widescreen 6 megapixels with a picture or 8 megapixel at 4.3. Your HD resolution for video recording goes all the way from 1080p down to 320 by 240. You can also geotag pictures. You can also do a quick edit, add effects to pictures from your normal range all the way to blue tints, polarize, so on and so forth. Not much within the scene settings. You do have an auto mode as well as some preset modes for sports, macro, sunset, and landscape modes. Other than that, it's very basic. It's easy to switch between the camera and the camcorder, although there's a separate app for each one you can select, and also you can switch to the front-facing camera. You can see that there. So check out the full 1080p recording of the Motorola ATRIX 2. So that's pretty much it. Now, for a device like this priced at $99, it's pretty good because you do get a high-end powerful Android device running a dual-core processor. Runs very smooth, especially with the latest version of Blur and Android 2.3.5. You also do get HSPA plus speeds. Well, in my area, not so much, but depending on where you live. And again, price-wise, it works out very well. The camera is pretty good. Does a decent job at 1080p. So if you guys have any questions or any comments about the ATRIX 2, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So this is Thunder from Booredatwork saying thank you, and always enjoy entertainment.